What is up, Wikimaniacs? And welcome to Livestream Wednesday. Wednesdays. How's it going, everyone? We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and for the first time on a public live stream, we're also live on Patreon. So shout out to our Patreon members that are watching right now. Your chat won't appear in the main chat, but we appreciate you all the same. I have you open here so I can see your chats. How's it going, everyone?
Hello. 1 a.m. in the Philippines. Kumusta, Frey? Tulog ka
na. Jordan says, Josh, you look so cold. How cold is it up there? It's actually not too bad today. It is snowing a lot today. I was telling John and Sean 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
My parents got like 4.5 feet of snow in a day. So crazy.
That's wild. Denise, yesterday was your birthday. Happy belated birthday, Denise. Hope you had a nice day.
Yes, and shout out to Tabby with Mittens for the $20 donation, who says they can't stay, but they hope everybody has fun. So,
Tabby,
thank you.
Hope you were having a great day at work. Why couldn't they go? Was it work?
It was work, yes.
Damn it, corporate life or wherever you're working, Tabby. Hope you're doing okay at work.
Hi from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. I will say, Iman, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. My wife and I are obsessed with Dubai chocolates. So damn good. So good.
Who had us in their Spotify rap this year? That just came out today. If anyone,
the way y'all flooding our inboxes is heartwarming. Thank you. We love seeing it.
Oh, Brazil, what's up?
Brazil.
I did. Oh, shout out to all our new Twitch chatters. Love seeing that. We're building out our Twitch channel slowly.
Oh no, what happened to Phoebe the Fan? Wishing a speedy recovery. What happened? Did I miss that?
I might have missed that too.
Oh, hope you're doing okay, Phoebe the Fan. From Nigeria, hello.
Oh, Frey says y'all are my top 5 podcasts on YouTube, which is awesome.
Thank you.
Top 3 podcasts was Let's Start a Cult. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Love that. That's funny. Should have kept making those, I guess. Since isn't Sounds Like a Cult? They're very popular, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. Yes.
Although I know they had a falling out, so.
Did they? Okay,
they did.
Know that drama.
There was some legal trouble. I love the gossip, so they had some falling out, and I'm like, what happened?
Oh man, okay. Did not know that. That's crazy.
Wisdom teeth. So Phoebe the Fan got their wisdom teeth removed. So shout out to you, Phoebe the Fan. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hope the drugs was good at least.
Let's Start a Cult puts me to sleep. That's funny. That's fair. You're not on Spotify app because I'm on YouTube? That's fair. That's fair.
Hello from South Africa, Roxanne.
Man, we got people from everywhere.
Come on, you got to say it. We got Mr. Worldwide here. We have Dale.
We got Dale.
We're all over the world.
Was that the last live stream we did?
No, that was a $10 rich patron. Speaking of $10 rich patron, if you want to be a patron for this month, you will have 15% off. So if you see a little QR code on the screen right now, if you'd like to support your boys, or if you want to gift your loved ones, your family, whoever, the gift that is written on Wiki, please scan that QR code and enjoy that 15% off your first month.
Absolutely.
Germany. Hello from Germany, Lena. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Oh, I did also want to get feelers. Marvel Rivals comes out in a couple days, which is a hero shooter like Overwatch. Sean and I were talking about maybe playing it. Would anybody be interested in watching that? We will be bad. Sean asked me to clarify that for everyone, but we were thinking about trying it out. Probably not Friday, but potentially next week.
Do it.
Okay, people are saying yes. Okay. All right, well, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. It is very different from like reading Reddit stories. That's why I just want to check with the community before before we did it. Won't watch gaming. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't have to watch the gaming streams, but if people want to see it, they can see it.
Sheesh, we got France, we got Algeria, we have El Salvador, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Boo Steelers, because you guys beat us. But whatever. Where else? Where else? Everyone from Oregon. That's pretty cool. Seattle, Washington. I love Seattle. I am hankering for some Beecher's cheese right now. That sounds so good. And my wife and I ordered like too much pierogi at some point, and we still have some in the freezer because it's so damn good. Shout out Seattle. From Scotland. Hello from Scotland. Sean's not here to make fun of accents, so I will not take that gig from him. We got Finland. We got Delaware, Ontario,
Montreal,
Norway, wow. New Mexico, Texas, boo. Especially from Kansas. Ew. Wichita, Kansas, my most hated city of all time.
So Dino BS, are you in Discord? Because I might reach out to you for some help with the Twitch stuff. Because yeah, I've never done a gaming stream before, so it will be a new thing. But
we got so one more. We got Michelle from Tokyo. I'll be there in 2 months, Michelle.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Exciting.
Okay. Well, John.
Yes.
People are here to listen to us read.
Let's do it, baby.
So before we kick it off, I do have a TikTok that we were tagged in that some people wanted us to react to. Let me open it up here. Ooh. I hate when you open it up and it just immediately starts playing. Let me share it here. And I have to. Okay, give me 1 second.
You're fine. I'm just gonna keep talking here. DC. I love DC. I still need to go visit the Smithsonian someday. But I was just there last May. I was in the DMV area, and DC is beautiful. Love it there. Where else is everyone from? New Jersey. Yeah, I used to work by Parsippany, so I'm very familiar with the area. And you can hear my voice. Jesus Christ.
Okay, don't talk then. Okay, so this is the TikTok that it's only 42 seconds, so we won't talk through the whole thing. We'll watch it, but shout out Canadian Kells, so fellow Canadian. Let's hear the story.
A few days ago, some guy came into my comment section and told me to stop talking politics and go back to making spreadsheets. So I decided to make a spreadsheet about that guy. It was really easy because he had the same username on TikTok that he does on Reddit, and he posts on Reddit a lot. So I went through some of his most recent comments and made a chart of every single time he fundamentally misunderstood what a tariff was. That was a solid 100%, way to be consistent. And I went to go see which subreddits he was the most active in, which were either about like cryptocurrency or rating pics of women or roasting pics of women or posting the same ad on Tradwife Personals for the last 4 years consistently every week. And then I went back far enough that I found his real name and I looked him up, and he's married, so I sent screenshots of his Tradwife Personals ads to his wife. And we've been chatting, and now she's my mutual on TikTok. What's up, Lulu? Good luck in your divorce.
Let's fucking go. What's up, Lulu? Your husband is very much the Lulu.
Holy, that's so
I love it.
Funny. Yes.
I love pettiness.
I mean, I love it too. So funny that he's all up in the Tradwife stuff.
See, that's some shit that I'm scared of about my wife. Like, she has so much resources to be able to find anybody and whoever the hell she wants. And if she wanted to,
she could be one of these people.
Mess with. And she probably is, and I don't know about it.
She's one of the people that dishes tea on TikTok. Hell yeah, I'd watch that. But yeah, crazy of him to just be rating women on Reddit while he has a wife. God damn, that's insane. I will have to look up who tagged us in that, but I appreciate whoever did. Her name on TikTok is Canadian Kells, Kels.
Shout out Canadian Kells.
Yeah, so feel free to check that out.
Yeah, keep being the best petty queen that you could ever be. We here
love
for
it.
it.
Yeah.
Princess Tuft, Sean is stuck in corporate life, so please help us get to 9 million subscribers, and maybe he'll quit his day job.
I mean, if we had 9 million subscribers, I would hope he would have quit by then.
He probably won't still. He probably won't want to see us every damn day. The way how many puns I'll tell him on a daily basis, he'd probably quit 2 weeks in.
Yeah. Oh, I did have a follow-up question for everyone in chat. I mean, you guys are watching this live now. Would you guys like the live streams converted to audio and posted on like Spotify and stuff like that as well? I wouldn't edit it down, so it would be literally just this, but it would be give you the ability to listen later on audio. What's the favorite story you have read? Okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that after then. This one, I'll post it by maybe 5 p.m. On the podcast hosting sites. So we'll do that.
Look at Josh, the GOAT, man. This guy is a non-stop workhorse. Wow. Reddit on Wiki would not survive without Josh, guys. So please show him all the love.
Yeah, because I just know like we have a lot of bits on the live, like me reading the super long, and then we reference it on the main show, and I know people there might not understand the jokes, so it's yeah, and we can do that. For sure. I'll do that. Cool. John, do you want to take it away with the first story today?
Let's do it. And as usual, I like to steal your bits when it comes to live shows because we can do what we want, right? So I'm starting off hot here. First story of the day is posted by OK_Sherbet, _2114. And it is from r/am I the asshole?
How could you?
You can't stop me, white man. All right. Story goes first off, title is, am I the asshole for boarding a plane without my sister and leaving her and her kids behind?
Ooh, I would say no.
That's some shit I would do, to be honest.
Yeah, that is some shit you would do. I think it's your responsibility. Yeah, I think it's your responsibility to make sure you make it to the plane. If it's something you caused that made them miss it, then yes. But if this is just you're trying to get on the plane and then they are slowing you down and you would have missed it, then tough luck, I think.
All right. Well, let's hop into it. I'm really stealing your shit,
Everyone's
Josh.
saying fuck them kids.
Throwaway/fake names. I, 21 female, am currently going to college in the same town my sister, 27 female, and her family live in. We are about a 6-hour flight from my hometown where our parents and extended family live. We had planned on all flying back to our hometown for Thanksgiving a few days ago. For some background, my brother-in-law, who I'll call Bill, is an alcoholic. Any kind of event where alcohol is provided or purchasable ends with him getting in fights and causing issues. He yells,
oh my God,
throw things, and get generally aggressive. So Bill is a whole ass problem.
Yeah, Bill needs an intervention, it sounds like.
Absolutely. My sister arrived at the airport before me, and when I arrived at the gate, an hour and a half before boarding, he was nowhere to be found, and my sister was struggling to keep track of 3 small children and all their luggage. Piece of shit, Bill. He did not come check on them once in the entire hour and a half, and I only saw him when he came staggering over to the waiting area when it was time to board. As soon as my sister started talking to him, he started to get loud and aggressive. I watched from the boarding line, and they put different groups, same shit I would do, as it escalated to the point where security confronted him. My sister waved me over and I got out of line, and she told me that they weren't going to allow him to fly and that she needed help. I asked if I should take Bill's seat so I could sit next to one of the kids and not leave her alone on the long flight with all 3. She was confused and repeated that Bill couldn't fly without us. She was confused and repeated that Bill couldn't fly with us. I asked if she was going to stay behind and sort his shit out, and she said, yes.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's where I'm like, fuck you, Bill. We're going on vacation without you, you piece of shit.
Yep. I told her that in that case, I probably couldn't help her. Her kids are all 6 and under, and they put for context 6-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 9-month-old, and would need her. My sister was still confused and then told me that she expected me to stay behind and help her deal with her husband and kids. I told her, no. Traveling around the holidays is insane, and there likely wouldn't be enough open seats for us to get a later flight if Bill is even still going to be allowed to fly at all. I
Yeah.
was excited to see our family and her kids were not my responsibility. She got upset and told me that she didn't know what to do with her husband, and if he couldn't fly, and it put or worse, she didn't know how she'd handle it. I told her it was not my problem. Bill isn't a child that needs supervision, and it's not her job to deal with him throwing a tantrum and getting in trouble with security. That we could just board the plane and leave him to face the consequences of his own actions. I agree.
100%.
She said he is her responsibility. I told her that if she knows how she, oh, I told her that if she knows how he is when he drinks, and that if he was her responsibility, she would have done something to prevent this, and that the situation she was in was all on her. She chose to marry an alcoholic, not me. And I wouldn't be missing my family for Thanksgiving because her husband can't hold his liquor. I boarded the flight and she stayed behind. My family was happy I made it, but many of them called me insensitive for what I said, and my mom was particularly mad that I didn't stay and support my sister. So am I the asshole?
No, you're not. I do feel bad for the sister, but also like she's got to realize that this is not a healthy relationship, and Bill needs to get himself help,
Yes.
which you can't force him to do, but you can choose to let him figure it out himself and leave his ass. So, yeah, wild of her to expect you to stay and miss the holidays because her asshole husband is being a drunk piece of shit.
Nah, completely agree. And the sister or the OP actually already offered some sort of the solution with the sister, saying like, "Hey, leave your drunk ass husband behind. Let me take over Bill's seat, so that way I can help you with the three kids. Because I mean, a 9-month-old is probably gonna want to be with their mother, and then the 6 and 9-year-old. Chances are, the sister could possibly help out, but that's still a lot of ask. So I agree. There was some parts in the end where like I could see why some people probably thought she was insensitive because she did kind of go ham on the sister a little bit. But I think it's justifiable why she said that because Bill is kind of a piece of shit, and she's like, "Well, he's my responsibility." No, your kids are your responsibility, and leave that deadbeat alone. Let the fucking authorities deal with his ass.
Yeah, 100%. Like I just I don't understand why she expected you to stay and miss your Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not the asshole.
No.
And I hope she realizes what a piece of shit he is. And
absolutely. And
leaves him.
top comment for this is Bad Bandit 1970 commented, "Not the asshole. Have you heard anything from your sister as far as what happened after you left?" And they put, "Why should you give up your holiday because he's an alcoholic? In fact, why should your sister and siblings have to as well? She should have joined you on the flight home and let her husband figure it out." Kind of like what we were saying, Josh. He's an adult. He can suffer the consequences of his actions. Getting drunk at the airport is not a wise idea. Security does not play, nor do the airport police. Security and the airport police aren't going to want a belligerent drunk roaming the terminal, and chances are he would have been arrested for disorderly conduct along with public intoxication. Probably would have spent the night in jail, which probably do him a bit of good, or play somewhere until someone could get him. For those calling you insensitive, ask them would they be refunding your ticket because of your brother-in-law's behavior? Would they give up their holiday for a drunk man's shenanigans? Most likely the answer is going to be no, which is, I think, very valid.
100% true. Yes. Yeah, that was a great comment. Good. I hope they listen to that. And
yeah, let his ass stay in jail for all I fucking care.
Send the sister this.
Yes, please.
So that she can read the comments calling her husband a piece of shit. Patreon chat has not contributed to the story. They are just demanding coconut merch.
No.
The Coquissy merch.
Absolutely not.
Oh man. Yeah. Sorry. I get distracted when we do these lives because I'm like reading chat.
You're telling me, brother. You know how much of a struggle it is? Like my eyes are just like all over the place. I fucked up and I took my meds like an hour before this, so it's probably gonna kick in like in an hour and a half, and you'll see how crazy I get.
I also have to change the background because it's freaking me out seeing my face there behind the chat. There we go. It's better now.
Kokusi is crazy.
Oh, now they're just putting coconut emojis. It's
Jesus.
The Patreon chat's going. They're unhinged.
Holy crap! Y'all rich got some issues, bro.
Okay. You want me to hop into my story here, John?
Do what you need to do, my brother.
All right. So this one, you know me. I went to Best of Redditor updates.
Oh, cool, because I got one next. Mine's going to be a long one after this.
Hell yes, it's not me today. This one is titled, "The Guy I'm Dating, 36 Male, Has a Shrine to My 37 Female Ex-Husband in His House."
Oh, wait. The person this OP's dating has a shrine of their ex?
Yeah, I'll read it without the ages and
stuff. Hasn't kicked in yet, brother. Give me some grace here.
The guy I'm dating has a shrine to my ex-husband in his house.
Of her ex-husband?
Yes.
Why?
It gives a trigger warning for stalking and obsessive behavior. Yeah, so keep that in mind going into this.
Okay.
But any thoughts as to why?
It's just my thoughts is just straight up confusion at this moment. Why the hell would you have a shrine of someone's ex in your house? And the trigger warning scares me a little bit, so this might be a little unhinged.
Could be. It could be. All right. So the first post, this is an older one, post January 11th, 2019, right before COVID. So I was married for 7 years to a celebrity. I put it in quotes because while most of you have never heard of him, he is A-list in the world of metal music. So if you're a metalhead, you 100% know who he is. Okay. We split amicably because he was always going on tour. I used to love going with him, but the thrill of it wore off, and I found myself sick of traveling so much. Because of this, we grew apart. But still keep in contact occasionally because despite the fact our marriage didn't work, he is a really cool, nice person. 2 weeks ago, I met a guy through a friend that I immediately hit it off with. We've been on 3 dates so far. The first 2 dates were drinks after work. He showed up in nice khakis and a button-down both times. On our latest date, I went to his house to watch a movie, and in brackets, literally watch a movie. We are taking physical stuff slow. He has a nice house, so I asked for a tour. I don't know where the fuck I got bonus from.
I don't know how to read.
That's not even close to the word that was there. After he showed me the upstairs, he said he had to show me his gaming room. We went down to a fully furnished basement with a pool table, a mini bar, and darts.
Damn, where the hell do you live? Let me come over real quick.
I want to be there.
For real.
But there was something very weird down there also. Apparently, my new man is really into metal music. I would have never guessed based on the way he dresses, LOL. And his favorite artist of all time is, you guessed it, my ex-husband. He had a framed poster of all my ex-husband's bands, autographed signature guitars, every record he has ever released were framed on the walls. He even had magazine articles about him and some of his bands framed. Every wall in his gaming room was covered with my ex's face and his signature guitars. So I may have messed up here, but I kept my mouth shut and didn't say anything. In brackets, he knows I'm divorced, but he definitely doesn't know it's from his idol. We are seeing each other tonight for our 4th date, and I know I need to tell him, but how? I really like this guy, but I'm afraid to tell him. If I tell him, he will freak out and run. What should I say? Where should I tell him? I just don't want to damage our relationship because I can see it becoming something long term. I know I should have told him at the house, but honestly, I was in shock. Does anybody know how to approach this?
Okay. And I always refer to this podcast because this is it's actually my top 1 podcast. This is just from Rotten Mango once again. Shout out Stephanie Sue. She did like a 4-part coverage of the Diddy scandal, and it's amazing to hear if that's something that you guys want to listen to. There was a part in the story where she was retelling that Diddy at some point was obsessed with Tupac. So
Okay.
Tupac, he was trying to be like, good friends with Tupac, or trying to emulate how Tupac was, to the point that he would try to sleep with every single partner that Tupac had. And I have a feeling
That's
that
weird.
it is this case where, because of the trigger warning you provided, I feel like this person is obsessed with the rock stars or the metal guy's life, and to the point that they know that, hey, that's your ex, and he kind of wants to relive the experience through you, while kind of thinking about him at the same time, which is a weird dynamic.
Right. So he's like trying to get closer to his idol by
Yes.
through you, which is fucked up.
Yes.
Okay. Comments are right with you, John. Pagan Princess 666 says, I find it really hard to believe that he has a shrine of your ex-husband to the level you're describing, but doesn't know who you are. Maybe I'm jaded, but it seems too coincidental and potentially unsafe for you.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
100%
If you're that big of a fan, you probably know who they've been married to for the last, whatever she said, 7 or 8, 11 years, whatever it was. OP responded to that and said, a lot of people are saying this, and now I'm a little freaked out. I mean, he can Google him and find out we were married. Now I'm scared he did. I'm going to ask my friend that introduced us if she told him. So, there's a bunch of, most of the comments were saying the exact same thing. So I'm going to skip most of the other ones, and we're going to go right into the update, which is 8 days later on January 19th, 2019. From Twitter, I think. Potentially.
It'll forever be Twitter. Fuck X. Fuck Elon Musk. Follow us on Blue Sky at Childish John Vino and Real Josh L.
The real Josh L.
The real Josh L. There you go.
Oh, I can put that up too.
There you go.
Somewhere here. There it is. Show. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, after getting in a huge range of answers, some of which were kind of frightening, I decided to give the new guy the benefit of a doubt and go ahead with our dinner date that night, which was our 4th date. So I met him at the restaurant, and we had some wine first. We were just talking and chatting, and I realized that I had to bring up my ex-husband thing. So while we were both 2 glasses of wine in, I decided to just ask him flat out if he knew that I was previously married to his favorite musician. He laughed nervously and said, yes, I knew, but my friend didn't tell me. I figured it out. He told me essentially that he found out through the grapevine and decided to start mingling with my friends so that he could meet me. He told me that, yes, at first it was just because I was married to his idol, but now he is really developing feelings for me. Which I gotta say, that is...
I call cap.
That would not make me feel better.
No.
I thought it was a little odd, but I felt fine with it until I remembered his man cave basement. I asked him if he knew I was married to his favorite musician, then why the fuck would he bring me down there to show me all of the memorabilia? His response was too weird for me. He said, I was trying to see if you would confess. I was like, confess to what? And he said, to be married to my ex. I told him that I thought it was pretty concerning that he was trying to trick me into some weird confession and that I didn't think we would work out.
Girl, you better get that benefit of the doubt the fuck away from there. This guy is crazy.
He accepted it and didn't seem upset or anything. Dinner had already been served, so we started eating when he proceeded to bombard me with questions about my ex. When is he releasing new material? What is his favorite band? What does he do during the day of his show? Is he a vegan? What's his mother's maiden name? And in brackets, okay, I made that last one up. Blah, blah, blah. Finally, he could sense my discomfort, and we ended the dinner and parted ways. He said he would text me the next day just as friends, which I said was okay. Well, his text the next day was him trying to get his friends and himself VIP passes when my ex comes near us to play.
No, man. Shay, he don't like you, bro. He fucking obsessed with your ex.
Yeah.
Holy.
I did not respond, and I blocked his number because he kept texting again and again, begging me for the hookup. It was desperate and weird. Anyway, I called my ex to warn him about this dude, even though he seems harmless. He doesn't know where I live, and I didn't get any psycho vibes. I think he just wanted me as a trophy, as some user put it in the last post. which is ew. Thanks, Reddit. And that is the
which is crazy because I 100% agree with that take.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely seems like that's what it was, or it's him being like, oh, maybe if I get with his ex, I can meet him or get free passes. You know what I mean? Like it's one or the other or both.
The obsession is crazy, bro.
It is insane.
Holy.
Yeah. Well, we know who that guy's #1 Spotify artist was.
I bet. Top 0.0001% of the listeners.
Can I guess who your top Spotify artist was?
Guess.
Was it Sabrina Carpenter?
She's #2.
Oh, damn it. Olivia?
She wasn't part of it.
Oh, okay. Well, she didn't put out any new music this year, so that's really fair.
It was Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have guessed that one.
I don't really listen to a lot of new artists or new songs. For some reason, I tend to like stick to like the same like 10 people, and if they release new songs, I just put a radio of like their old songs similar like this, and it just I don't know. I also don't listen to a lot of music. I'm like a hermit, people. Like after like behind this, I literally don't do anything.
Yeah. I have my few like that I'll listen to on repeat when I drive somewhere, but it's mostly
Noah
podcasts.
Khan is #1 for you.
It is Noah Khan.
I called it. You are wearing a hat, brother.
I'm repping him today for that reason. Unfortunately, my #2 I found out is a real piece of shit recently. Zach Bryan. So I've stopped listening to him, but he was my #2.
Is he country?
Yeah, it's like similar vein as Noah Khan.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because I like the music, but he's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't dig into like, let's say I've just found out that apparently a Panic at the Disco guy singer was like problematic. I'm like, oh, I would have never known, because outside of their work, I don't really dig into anyone's personal lives. I'm like, I don't really care what the fuck you do.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't have found out if it wasn't for TikTok. It blew up because he was dating Brianna Chicken Fry, who is a podcaster as well, I believe.
Damn, now I want fried chicken.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, it says Hans Williams. Love Hans Williams. He's great.
Dino BS, Chris Stapleton. My God, that man's Tennessee whiskey. If there's one song that I could listen to forever, oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I do assume most artists are pieces of shit, but yeah, there's different levels, I guess.
Yeah, only when like documentaries come out, I'm just like, I did not know about that.
There was another one too that I used to listen to that I'm like, he did Chicken Tenders. I'm gonna forget. That was the song. Name of the song was Chicken Tenders.
Ooh.
But anyway, he's apparently like a pathological liar.
Gasp.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Eden's
Billie Eilish was
well.
not my #3. Scarlett Jeffrey.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
Sorry, we got off topic there.
Sorry.
But you can take it away with your next one, John, which is supposed to be very long.
Talk for like 2 seconds because I need to take a sip of water and let my burp out of the way, because this is gonna be a story.
Okay. I will say my top podcast, Steve Dangle podcast, which I think I've mentioned here before. They're like a sports podcast for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mine is Rotten Mango, obviously. There's this Filipino podcast that I listen to. Really, main reason why I listen to it, because I want to stay conversational in my Tagalog. So I want to like listen to like Filipino podcasts, so like I can still speak that way. But shout out Creepsilog. They've been my friends for like the past 4 years as well. So shout out to Glenn and Gideon. My #3.
I thought you were going to say that Rotten Mango was like Tagalog, and I was like,
no.
I didn't know that.
Rotten Mango was #1. #3 is New Heights, Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey, and fantasy footballers. And We're Here to Help. Those are my top 5.
Nice. You'll be very happy. Rotten Mango was one of the top podcasts listened alongside our podcast, so there's a lot of crossover.
Stephanie, please come through. I will kind of fangirl a little bit, so I apologize.
Yeah. Smosh and Two Hot Takes were obviously up there as well.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They're like the popular ones. We're just a little blip in the radar.
It is funny, though. We have the last few episodes, people have been like, oh, Smosh covered these, or Two Hot Takes covered these stories. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't.
So guys, we're so sorry. We're like a 2-ish person team right now.
I don't
we
listen
can't
to
possibly
them.
listen to all of our shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
This one is gonna be, oh yes, I got it on sale for like $5, Scarlet. Old Navy. Not sponsored.
Actually, I got this one from Old Navy. Yeah, they were very cheap, but they're nice.
Yeah. Awesome. So next story is gonna be from r/best of Redditor updates. Again, stealing from Josh here. This one is from Throwaway to Get the RCCCC. That's their user. The title is OOP's cancer survivor wife wanted a hall pass.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
All right, let's get to it. My wife and I haven't been married since 2001. My wife and I have been married since 2001 and together since 1999. She is the most intelligent, thoughtful, caring, loyal person I know, and I have always thought of myself as fortunate to have met and married her. She is, even today, aesthetically beautiful, and men have told her this throughout our marriage. She has always shot them down. Earlier this year, she was diagnosed with uterine cancer. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Stage 1, and had a full hysterectomy.
You nailed the
Oh,
pronunciations.
Jeebus. I was never concerned about the cancer. It was diagnosed early, dealt with quickly, and she made a full recovery. I took time off work to look after her after surgery, and all seemed well. There were some to be expected emotional instances on her part, and although I am not an emotional person, we dealt with them together. After her recovery, she was insistent that we start living life to the fullest and took a 10-day trip to Europe, followed by a trip to Belize. We also have a trip to the UK and Spain/Portugal later this year.
Ooh, how much money you got?
Sucks. I am fine with these things, building memories and crossing bucket list adventures off her/our list. I also understand that these are a result of feeling fragile on her part. She also took up some yoga, swimming, and healthy cooking classes, and I was fully on board until last week. So far, her husband seems like they were very supportive in the recovery phase. And then he doesn't. Last week, she came home from work and told me she wanted a hall pass.
Oh, she wanted the hall pass.
She wanted the hall pass.
Oh.
A one-time opportunity for her to have sex with someone else besides me. She said that since her cancer diagnosis, her outlook on life has changed and she doesn't want to be handcuffed from doing things she wants to do. She explained that there is this guy at her work that she always had some attraction to, and he is leaving the company and she will never see him again. So this is the perfect opportunity to sleep with someone else. She said that I could say no, of course, but that she would be, quote, be mad/disappointed at me
Okay.
for an indeterminate amount of time, and that it would be confirmation of my male toxicity and insecurity.
What? Okay. Holy fuck. I have 180 on this. I thought the whole time I was going to get pissed off at him, but what a fucking flip. Holy shit. To tell your partner, yeah, you could say no, but I am going to manipulate and use it against you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That is insane. I would have a hard time being with that person going forward.
Same, brother. Same. To continue, I don't consider myself to be toxic, and if not wanting your wife of 20 plus years to have sex with someone else is insecure, then I guess I am insecure.
You're not.
I told her
that's
you're not.
A
That's
completely
perfectly
normal
valid.
boundary.
Yeah. I told her that I appreciated her talking to me about this, but approval via coercion is not approval.
Yes,
That's
100%.
100%. I also said that I do not appreciate her language in describing my, as of yet, unknown reaction to this very large issue that could affect the rest of our marriage/life. I got up this morning, and I'm going to burp. Be right back.
Rachel in Patreon said, not her already having a guy picked out. Disgust.
Bro,
face.
this is premeditated.
That's crazy.
I got up in the morning. She basically said that she was sorry for putting such a large decision solely on my shoulder, and that to help, she was taking the decision away from me.
I guess we're divorced then. See?
She booked a hotel near where her coworkers are having a party slash send off for this guy, and she would spend the night there with him and hope that I would be here when she got back. That she would answer any questions I have about the night after it happened, but not before. She will not tell me who he is or anything about him because she knows me too well and that I will dwell and obsess over him. And that would make it too real for me, which is pretty accurate. Her point of view is that the less I know, the better, which contradicts the offers to tell me anything I want to know after it happened. I think she knows I won't want to know slash ask anything, or she simply will not tell me. Boy, this is messy as fuck.
This is so gross.
Part of me thinks at least she has been honest with me, and she has been through a lot since finding out she had cancer, so maybe I should just let it happen.
No.
I certainly have no, I disagree with that. I certainly have no concept of what she went through, so I cannot dismiss how this affected her mental state slash outlook on life. Part of me wants to put my foot down and say that this is not going to happen and deal with those consequences when they happen. Her BFF called me callous for even suggesting that I wouldn't let it happen because I have no idea what she went through. I find it hard to believe that she is okay with the possibility of throwing away 20 plus years of marriage over some guy that she has no relationship with outside of work and that I should just call her bluff. Maybe she thinks similarly that I won't throw away the marriage because of one encounter and I just don't know what to do. I empathize with her and then an instant later I am angry with her. Part of me wants to know who this guy is. What does he look like? What has he got that is so enthralling for her? Is he just a safe option? Is he married? Does his wife know? Would I be callous asshole for saying no? What can I do besides walking away?
I mean, you can do lots of things. There's an infinite amount of things you could do. So has she gone through with it then? Sorry, I might have missed that.
There are updates. So basically what she was doing is like saying like, hey, I'm going to let the decision. I'm not going to, I'm going to make the decision for you. I'm just going to book a hotel. And if whatever happens, I'll tell you about it later on if you want to know type of shit. So there are updates. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out what they are as well.
So I think that's a lot of people are saying run away. I agree. I think if you wanted to try and like communicate to her how this makes you feel, it sounds like she's already made up her mind. So it doesn't sound like she's going to, give a fuck. But just to have that communication and be like, hey, this really bothers me. I'm not okay with this. If you go through with this, that like we're getting a divorce. As Scarlett said there, it's emotional blackmail.
Oh, absolutely.
She's trying to use her sickness to get what she wants and manipulate him and make him feel like he doesn't have a choice. But you always have a choice in the relationship. So
absolutely. And I get the sentiment that yes, OP might never know exactly what she went through because cancer is tough and it's difficult to beat. But at the same time, OP has been there for his wife throughout the recovery process. Like every bucket list that she wanted to check off her list, it's like fine, like I'll be there to support you. That's what a partner does. Like he doesn't carry the sickness with her, but like he's there to kind of shoulder some of the load that she's experiencing. So
for sure.
The wife is completely unhinged in this situation. The best friend too, bro. I want to uppercut the fuck out of the best
That's
friend.
Crazy.
What
like,
are you doing?
Business. Scarlett asked about new merch. Currently, we still have the
you have 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Sean, quote unquote, forgot because enough people asked us to extend the promotional sale, whatever, or not sale. Whatever it's called.
You know the word.
Drop? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. But we will have new merch coming whenever John finishes it. I actually don't know.
It's finished. I just need to convert it.
Okay. So sometime soon there will be new merch.
Pretty soon. Maybe this weekend. Maybe. And yes, Sienna, weird to hear John say load without making a joke either. I know. I'm trying to be better. Absolutely fucking not. All right. This is going to be the update for this. And this one was posted originally June 24, 2023. The update comes 4 days later, June 28, 2023. And it goes as this. I received a ton of advice that I couldn't possibly respond to. And I do appreciate the people who took time to offer advice in the comments or via private message. It has been an exhausting couple of days, and I was hoping that my opposition to her plans would give her pause. But unfortunately, that did not happen. I said, I am a hard no, and I am not sure how I feel about you if you go ahead with it. And I was met once again with, this is for me. It will be one time. What can I say to help you deal with it? You'll get over it. We were meant to be we were meant to be regardless of the situation. Remarks leading up to Saturday. So this is going to be the boinking happening. So
Oh
maybe she
boy.
gets slowed down. She left Saturday ostensibly to meet her coworkers, but in reality to fuck the guy. I asked
Mhm.
her to text me when she was leaving for the bar, and when she did, I asked her if she was really going to go through with this. After her response, they put, I'm not answering any more questions tonight. I will see you tomorrow. I then blocked my wife. Then I did something either stupid or brilliant. Y'all be the judge, Wikimaniacs. I went to the bar where the get together was happening. Well, not the bar, but a transit bench across the street. I waited for a long time, and it was running through my mind the leading up to this event that I needed to know who this guy was, maybe to compare myself against him, to see what he had that I do not. And it was driving me crazy not knowing who he was and what was so special about him that she would ruin a marriage for. After what seemed like an eternity, a woman that I recognized from my wife's office left the bar and got in a cab. Soon, other people started filing out, and a whole group came out, and people were hugging a man and shaking his hand. I assumed that I had my guy. I didn't see my wife and had a brief thought that maybe she called it all off. I unblocked her and that there were no messages. Everyone said their goodbyes and left. Dude was standing outside for a few minutes, and then my wife came out. She looked around, took his hand, and started walking away together. Of all the emotions I went through, oh, this is a big word, trepidation,
Nailed
sadness,
it. You're
anger. It
killing
was
it,
it was
John.
my goodness. Uh I don't even know what the fuck that means. Sadness, anger. It was disgust that really encapsulated the event for me. This guy was short, fat, and bald. Hey, fuck you. All the things I cannot compete with. Um, Ultimately, I felt like a pervert for watching from a distance, and I followed until they got to the hotel and then turned around and went home. I woke up Sunday morning and put a lock on the master bedroom door. I moved her things to the spare room and left a note asking her to find other accommodations as quickly as possible. I visited another friend who is a lawyer, and he gave me some sage advice and a couple of recommendations for divorce attorneys and made the introductions. My wife had been calling me numerous times since around 11 or so. Once I blocked the calls, they go to voicemail. I listened to the first couple, but felt nothing but some satisfaction when she couldn't get through to me, and she was obviously becoming concerned. I didn't want to go home, but I left in such a hurry that I didn't plan an overnight properly. I got home around 9, and as per my buddy's advice, I recorded the interaction. Good buddy. That's a good friend
Yeah,
right there.
well, he's a lawyer, so he
Yes.
knows.
I was halfway up the stairs when she came up from the family room asking what was going on. Could we talk? I thought we talked about this. And I just answered with, I am not interested in discussing this tonight, and went to bed. After not getting a response from me through the door, she left me alone. And I feel kind of like a child for not talking with her and shutting the door on her, but I just couldn't look at her. I mean, I don't blame you.
Fair, yeah.
Monday, I got up and ready for work. She was waiting for me and asked if we could discuss getting back to normal. I said, yep.
Fuck you.
What?
Normal now is you get the fuck out of my house.
I said, you have been doing all the talking for the both of us for the last week. Why don't you continue and left for work? I have an appointment with the attorneys my friend recommended for this week. There's 2 more updates, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything correctly, which is good. And I hope this divorce goes through quickly and he gets whatever he wants from it.
Ooh. Actually, there's one last update. There are some relevant comments here, but it's a long story, so Wikimaniacs will of course link it so that way you guys can see from the best of Redditor updates. But it pretty much tells the story and the updates, anyways. So final update, and this was posted by a month later, August 4, 2023, or a couple of weeks later. My lawyer wasn't available for a few days, so I was faced with the reality of having to live with my wife in the interim. I really didn't want to go home and have any discussion, let alone a discussion about our relationship. When I did get home, I was basically ambushed by her friends and my mother-in-law. Why? Instead of taking the remorseful approach, they decided that a full court press was that the situation warranted, and I was basically berated by them.
Jesus. I'd be calling the cops.
Seriously.
Get off my property.
The BFF was definitely the ringleader, but all of them decided to say such things as, she's been through a lot. You don't know what she's been through. You have no idea what it's like to face something like this. This was a one-time thing. At least she told you she could have hidden it from you. She will never see the guy again. And my favorite, you're an asshole for what you have been putting her through these last couple of days.
Oh, what he's been putting her through?
Bitch, what?
How do people rationalize this stuff in their minds? I will never. We read stories like this all the times where friends or family will just back up the worst person I've ever heard, and I'm like, how do these people exist?
Seriously.
I truly don't understand.
BFF stands for be fucking for real at this point.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right
Oh my
now?
God.
I listened with a dumbass smirk on my face, and when there was a lull in their fury, I asked if they were all done now. Oh, I would have loved to see that. Like, you done?
You finished.
Then I asked my wife if there was anyone in her circle of friends or anyone else that she forgot to tell about this. I quietly informed all of them that I was going to sit down with their husbands and tell them about how they verbally abusing me, shaming me, and trying to coerce me into staying with a cheater. After I told them to leave, I said that I had no say in the entire event, and so they have no say in whether I stay or not. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
My soon-to-be ex-wife sort of apologized. She said that she regretted the entire thing. I said there is a difference between regret and remorse. You regret what happened because of the cause and effect. You have regret because your life will never be the same. Our relationship will never be the same because you were wholly and willfully unconcerned about me and what I wanted. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is some manipulative bullshit.
Oh my God.
Bro.
She asked if I had any questions that she would answer them now, no matter how disturbing. I said that the one question I do have is, why? Not necessarily why this guy, why this low-end, unattractive, unfit guy, but why someone else in the first place. She said that the cancer scared her to her core. She felt like she was rushing toward mortality, and stepping out of that tunnel was appealing. She said that after all this time of being a wife and mother and worrying about family, and BRB, I'm going to burp again.
Gotta stop doing this after lunch.
Oh yeah, I haven't eaten lunch yet, actually.
Oh,
so
they're hungry.
well, I mean, I had a protein bar and protein shake, so I get really burpy and
Could be that,
gassy
then.
when.
Yeah,
No, you don't need to know that. She said that the cancer scared her to her core, and she felt like she was rushing toward mortality, and stepping out of the tunnel was appealing. She said that after all this time of being a wife and mother and worrying about family, this was something just for her, an escape. The guy was just someone who was interested in her for a long time, and she knew wouldn't say no, and was completely opposite to me. I said if I was going to risk my marriage, the woman would have to be serious upgrade from you. And I told her that I saw you and him coming out of the bar that night, and I watched you walk away from the bar hand in hand towards the hotel. I said that you looked too familiar with each other and asked if there was something going on before all this. She said no, but who knows if that is the truth or not. I think there was something, at least probably like an emotional cheating standpoint.
I mean, honestly, who gives a fuck at this point?
The
she
deed
went
is
through
done.
with it. I do love that the guy's catching strays. Just like, yeah, that guy was ugly as fuck.
Like, why this motherfucker?
I mean, he probably knew that she was married, so he's a piece of shit as well. But
I said that after all our years together, your lack of respect for me was astonishing. I finished by saying that I would never be able to look at myself in the mirror again if I condoned that level of disrespect and stayed with you. I said, I hope we can go our separate ways amicably, and that I have an appointment with a lawyer later in the week. I again asked her to find some other accommodations, and she simply said, I am not going anywhere. Bitch, you're trespassing in my house. What are you doing? We are not getting a divorce. I will give you all the time you need and do whatever you need to recover from this. We will get past this.
yeah, we're gonna get past it. See ya.
Bye.
You're gonna be in my past.
Yep. She has asked me to go to marriage counseling, which I refused. Why would I go to counseling? I did nothing to warrant needing a therapist's advice. I had her served and gave her a notice to vacate the house, and she has moved in with her mom, but I find her constantly coming by to see if I needed anything or making suggestions like, What if you had an open relationship only on your side or threesomes, which seems kind of desperate and pathetic? Rebuffing her constantly and telling her she has to call to ask permission before coming by, and finally seems to getting through to her that there will be no us going forward. She has said that she will drag the divorce out as long as possible, but so far has been compliant. The worst part of all this is telling my daughter that we are getting a divorce and why, followed closely by her begging me to give her mom another chance. And I'm not sure I would have been afforded the same consideration if I was the one who was cheating. And quick sidebar on the daughter as well. OP did leave a relevant comment about the situation with the daughter.
Okay.
Someone commented, they commented about their daughter. I think it was just a gut reaction, like asking, for them to stay together. In the weeks that have passed, and the more she understands what's happened, the more irritated she is becoming with her mom. So the daughter's fully back on the.
I did have a visceral reaction when I heard that, but then I was like, she is 14. She's maybe going to take a little while to comprehend what's actually happening. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, plus it takes like, quite a bit of time to process. That's just a life altering event. You've seen your parents, like hopefully seeing them happy for years and years. And all of a sudden this whole drastic change where, her life is also being torn apart.
Right. And kids only know, like, I want my parents to stay together. Like and that's like their first instinct is to like defend for that. So, I mean, yeah, the kid's fine. Ultimately, it sounds like she's coming around to the correct side of things.
Boy,
it sounds like not everyone is, which is crazy. So, man, that was a wild one.
That was the goats here. Hello, Midscore. Hope your therapy session was great, guys. Just announcement from Midscore. Yes, starting December 20th until January 1st.
12 days.
12 days. I can't count. We are going to be having a 12 days of Midscore special where every single day from December 20th up until that 12 days, do you do the math? We're going to be releasing episodes every day. It's going to be like a story each day. It's going to be 12 days of Midscore. So you're going to have every day of Reddit on Wiki for the next 12 days starting December 20th. And it's going to be curated by the GOAT. Shout out Midscore.
Hell yes. Everyone give her applauses in chat. She's killing it. Cool. Yeah, I don't have much more to say on the actual story that we just talked about, other than the anger I felt, and I'm glad OP is getting out of there. So
yes,
all good. All right, are we ready to hop in? So actually, on Discord, I asked for stories that people would like to hear today. So full disclosure, I have not read these because I got them posted shortly before we started going live or after. So we're gonna hop into them, and I think
I'm gonna pull a Josh here with his terrible puns, worse than mine. I guess we're all gonna be. Oh shit! I guess we read it together. Josh is what I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
I've been trying to get you. You've been doing that for the past couple of weeks. All
right. That's fair. Okay, so this one was posted on r/2hottakes 2 years ago. So the title is, "Am I the asshole for not attending my sister's wedding since my husband is not invited?" Now we've done similar ones to this one before, I think, where it's like husband's not invited to X event, and am I the asshole for not attending now?
What'd the husband do? Hey, law of average. The husband did some fucked up shit. Probably a racist.
Did we already read this one? Maybe we did.
I don't know.
I don't recognize this one.
We've released like 300 something plus episodes, and each episode has like what, 5-6 stories? It's a lot.
I quickly skimmed this one. I don't know if I've read this one.
Well, we're gonna read it anyways. Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. I mean, if we have read it, it's been so far, so long ago. So, and yes, as Mabermoo says, there's quite a few stories that are very similar. So, it could be just that. You're the one who posted. Did we do it? I don't recognize this one at all, but we'll read it. We'll read it anyway. If we've heard it, then you guys let us know. But
some people might not have heard it.
Ah, damn it. Okay, well, this was my plan to do this one. Everyone's saying we have. Okay, I'll read it anyway, and then we'll it doesn't matter. Let me start by saying I do not understand my husband's behavior I do understand my husband's behavior is inappropriate. But like all of us, he's not perfect, and I took vows to him to stand by him and accept him as a whole person, including his flaws. Overall, he's a good husband, and I love him despite this one issue. So my husband has a kink for urinating on himself in public.
In public? I mean, private, fine. In public?
Well, I don't know. Is private fine too? I guess like if it's like a
private,
sexual kink. Yeah.
I mean, it's because public, you're exposing other people to your, what the piss is going on in this situation.
I think it's the humiliation aspect that gets him off. So sometimes, not every time we get together with my family, he will pee his pants. But overall, it's not really that disruptive. He just stands up and says something like, "Oh no, I've peed myself." Then goes to the bathroom and changes. And in brackets, I always bring a change of pants and underwear for him in case this happens. And when he gets back, we just move on and don't talk about it.
What? Can he wear like a diaper or something to at least, if that's something that he likes doing, at least don't expose people to that shit. Because now, if you piss on yourself, chances are it's, some of the pee I don't know, pee particles is a thing, but some of the shit be like getting in the seats or like, the floor. I think that's disgusting.
Yeah, very gross. Also to do it in front of family members or like,
yeah,
like cool to do it in private, like you said, but it's not.
Also,
cool
I don't remember the story, so.
Yeah, we have people saying we have read it and some that say we haven't. So we're just going to continue through. It's a crazy story either way. So, of course, we don't want people to know my husband is doing this for a kink. So we've told my family he has a medical condition that causes him to not have full control of his bladder. I told them the reason he doesn't wear adult diapers is he's ashamed of needing diapers at his age. So basically in denial that he needs them and refuses to wear them. So there's your response, John, to that.
So it's embarrassing to wear a diaper, but it's not embarrassing to piss yourself in public.
I think he's just saying, or they're just saying that's embarrassing. I think he doesn't want to wear them because it's part of his kink to have it be visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now my sister is getting married, and she says my husband can't come because she doesn't want him disrupting the wedding by peeing his pants.
Oh,
I told her it was
fair.
I told her it was unfair to exclude him over his medical condition he can't help, which is true as far as she knows. But she said it's his own choice to refuse to wear adult diapers, so it is his fault. I mean, yeah. I told her it's her wedding and she can invite who she wants, but if my husband isn't invited, I'm not coming. He loves my family, and I know it really hurts him to be excluded from the wedding just because of a kink he can't help having. He's been crying and saying he feels disgusting for having this kink, but that he can't control himself, and now my family doesn't want him around. I know it would really hurt him if I just left him home and went to the wedding by myself. He told me it's my choice to go if I want and that he won't be mad, but I know he'd be really sad if I went. I love my sister and my family, but my husband is my life partner, so he's always my number one priority above anyone else, and I believe I should stand by him and support him rather than choosing my family over him. So I told my sister I won't be able to make it to the wedding, and now she's extremely angry with me, saying I'm a bad sister because I won't be there to support her. She's marrying a woman, so she also said she's marrying a woman, so she said it also makes it look like I'm homophobic if I don't show up to their union. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true, yeah.
I told her I'd love to come if my husband is invited, but she said she can't stand the thought of him disrupting the ceremony or reception by peeing his pants and announcing it. I told her how much it hurts my husband that he's excluded, but she doesn't care. I said, fine, but that means I can't come, but she won't let it go and keeps starting fights, saying I'm a bad sister. I do feel bad that it hurts her that I won't be there. So am I the asshole?
No. And you're in a tough place, OP.
I would say she's kind of an asshole for enabling.
I can see why, because yeah, first of all, I think the husband needs help, big time, and it does kind of suck that like she's having to choose, because sometimes like you want to be supportive of your partner, but your partner is also kind of not taking in considerations. It's hard for me to say like she fully sucks in a scenario. Yes, I would have loved to, be there to like enjoy like the wedding with the family, but I'm trying to talk myself into this. Yeah, I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, as a lot of people
I'm
are
going
saying,
semi asshole. Yeah,
like you can control your kinks. You don't have to act out on them. You know what I mean? Like it's a self-fulfilling thing that you're doing for your kink. And this is one where it's like, yeah, like especially around family, that should be like a no-go situation. Oh fuck! First person, he needs therapy. That's fucking good.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
So yeah, I agree. I think he does need therapy, which is okay, and he should have realized this before this. So it's his own fault for not being invited to the wedding, and it's her fault for enabling it and like not going because of it. It's weird. Like it's weird to me. Like she knows she's lying to her family member and then getting mad that her sister uninvited them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lean more towards asshole here. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. I don't know if it necessarily looks like she's homophobic by not going.
I don't think so.
But I guess it depends.
I think she just has a lot. She just has a lot of things she's weighing. Because like, I would be embarrassed. I'd be like, fuck, just do that. If you're really into that shit, bro, do that shit privately. Like if that's your thing, and like if I was cool with it, like, but don't expose other people to that shit. I think I've seen people in the comments saying like, don't. As a vanilla guy myself, like I don't know shit about like kinks and all that. Like, I think it has to be consensual. Everyone else being exposed to it,
right? Just imagine,
and not only that, piss is also a freaking, like that's also a biohazard. Like,
yes,
we don't know what the fuck you got going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just imagine like they were having like his kink was having sex in front of people, and then they did it in front of the family. It's like, yeah, I could see the family maybe not wanting you around.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So crazy, but I truly don't think we've ever done that one.
I don't think so either.
A lot of people saying Smosh maybe did it. Maybe that's where you guys are
probably
did it.
A much bigger podcast than us that has like a 400-person team.
Yeah, they are good. I've watched a few of their clips, but yeah, I mean, they are way more production than we have. Oh man,
therapist. I like that.
Jesus. All right, John, you want to take?
Oh yeah, it's my turn, huh? All right. Speaking of first person energy, I think I saw your thing a while back, the European one. I like that. I didn't miss it. I needed to focus on the story because otherwise I'm gonna forget. This one is actually from you, first person energy, and you posted this because you said that I will like this, and I haven't read it yet, but I trusted you. So
it's gonna be full of fucking puns.
Hopefully. But this one is from r/traumatize them back. One of my favorite subreddits.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. The title of this one is "Yes, I Got Fat." Well done. You have eyes.
Oh, you would love this one. This is what.
Damn, why'd you send this to me?
No, just how your relatives always talk to you.
Oh yeah, I'd be flirting the fuck out of my relatives. It's like, damn, you're getting old. Damn, you're still broke. What the fuck is wrong with your face? Yeah. I'll be doing that shit
when they
all
come
day,
at you
baby.
with the fat comments. It's like, that's
I'm just
fucked
like,
up.
Yeah, like, oh, you be eating good. I'm like, yeah, because I ain't broke like you, bitch. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh yeah. Gotta do the go button.
That's right.
First person.
Get your money up, motherfuckers. All right. The story goes as this. So I am from Eastern Europe, Europeans, right? Like first person energy, but live in London. Back home, it's very common for people to comment on each other's weight. Super positive if you have lost weight, and super negative if you have gained weight. Don't like that.
I mean, that's pretty common here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a moral.
That it should be. To make that clear, but it is very common.
Leave people the fuck alone. Everyone's fucking body type is so different, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's a moral failing. Basically, if you have gained weight, it's not a health thing at all. Recently, I had some very rapid weight gain. Think 20 to 22 kilograms. Please, someone convert that for me. In less than 6 months. That's a lot.
Is it? I actually don't know.
I don't know. I'm saying it's a lot because I don't know how to convert.
Oh, gotcha.
This is not normal, especially since I had no lifestyle changes or anything. Lo and behold, after battling the NHS, is that like the healthcare system in
Could be
London? Maybe. For ages, I have thyroid issues and a brain tumor, which both cause rapid weight gain. Currently working really hard to get that under control because it also means I can't lose the weight even if I up my training to 4 to 5 times a week and reduce my calories to 1,000.
People are saying
eating.
People are saying 44 pounds, around 50.
Oh.
So, and
I mean,
National Health Service.
If they had something going on that they can't control it, like, come on, it's not their fault that they're gaining that much weight or losing weight if it's the opposite way.
Yeah,
that's kind of fucked up. People should just need to mind their own goddamn business.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been skinny, but I have been at a healthy weight most of my life. I'm also very active, did martial arts for years, swim and do Pilates, but have never been skinny. Absolute moral failure on my part, honestly. The situation. I went back home this summer to Eastern Europe and was in a shop in my small town, doing some shopping to help grandma. I got chatting to the cashier who didn't recognize me and asked which family I'm from. This guy next to me all of a sudden pointed at me. I know who you are. Turns out he is some neighbor from like 2 roads down I have seen like maybe 3 times in my life. He's my dad's generation. I greet him politely, as is custom. He starts laughing at me and goes, "Wow, you have gotten so fat."
Jesus. Bold to do to someone you don't know at all. Just shut the fuck up.
Seriously. You've always been so normal and now you were like this.
Normal.
Proceeds to puff out cheeks and round out his arms.
Bro, I'm fighting.
Seriously. The cashier was silent but uncomfortable. But oh no, the man continues. "So now that you must have made the big bucks in London, you must be eating all the cakes like Marie Antoinette. What have you been eating over there?" And this is an unusually rude comment even for back home. Normally people go, "Oh, you have gotten fat," and carry on with other topics. The cashier is extra uncomfortable at this point, but doesn't say anything. Usually in my country, talking openly about health issue is reserved only for the older generations. You're young and you have health issues? Can't be, or is it because you are on the computer / not running everywhere / TV, etc.? Screw that. It's my time to shine. I turn to him all sorrowfully, look him dead in the eyes and say, "Yes, when you're battling a brain tumor, all kinds of things can happen." Dude froze up halfway through miming how fat I'd gotten. Start stammering, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Must be awful. Is the tumor benign?" "Yes." "Does he know that?" "No." Grandma later had to go at me a bit about not telling people I was unwell, but oh well. I had some fun watching the blood drain from their face. An edit. First, thank y'all for the support, my first ever post, and the support for each other. It brings me some hope. I also want to shout out the non-judgmental discussion in the comments below about weight loss issues. Great questions and equally great answers. Love the curiosity all around. And PSA, if you're finding that you are not able to shift weight easily or at all, might be good to do a bit of hormonal workup alongside food and exercise inventories, especially if it is sustained.
Yes. Yeah, I do hate. There can be very healthy discussion about healthy weight loss or healthy weight gain, and I do love that discussion. I do hate when there are like I'll pop up on a TikTok and be like, "This is how you lose weight, eating this food," and it's like it's just like, okay, well everyone's fucking different, so you can't say that for everyone. Like, there's different hormones, different reactions to different foods. There's all kinds of things, but to specific story, I would say OP let him off pretty gently.
Very gently. Very gently.
I would not have been as calm, cool, and collected as OP. So shout out to him for that. I hope I hope that guy, I forget his, just neighbor guy kind of thing.
Neighbor guy. Let's go with neighbor guy.
I hope he learns his fucking lesson and doesn't comment on people's fucking weight ever again. But
no, seriously.
But that's hoping for probably too much, I think.
Yeah. And I think we kind of talked about it already too. Like there's so much different factors that you can, like, that can happen. Sometimes like, hormones, maybe just how you are genetically. There are different
meals.
types. Oh, hey, yo. We're not, are we still sponsored December? Maybe. But there's so much things that are like, going on in the body. Like, people have different genetics, different ways of, and I learned this too when I've started to see the doctor a little bit more. Like everyone has a different like body shape and body type. So depending on what you do, what you eat, your body like, morphs in a certain way. And as someone who has struggled with like, weight gain throughout the years, 10 years ago, I was in like prime physical shape. Like I was, running like crazy. Unfortunately, with my I have physical disabilities as well. Thank you, Air Force. That kind of like sped up like my weight gain. I was also like stressed out a lot, stress eating, like, a lot of shit that happened. So there's so much factors that you can do or that happens in your lifetime. And like right now, if I hadn't, been doing this more full time and I was just, sitting at my desk job, I was telling Juliet back then, I'm like, dude, like there would be days where like, I'd work my 10-hour, like, normal days at work. And then I would jump into work on a show afterwards. So like literally I'm like 16 hours a day. Like I'm fucking just working. Like there's no time in a day for me to work out, no time to exercise and all that shit. So only recently that I've gotten the time to like be able to focus on myself, see that I'm starting to get results. Like I'm down like, 20 pounds now. I was telling the boys, like I'm starting to like train for like a 5K, 10K and all that shit. But not a lot of people have that luxury or the resources for one time to like, in having like access to like maybe some healthy foods. And that's a problem like society wise. Like everything is so expensive nowadays too. It's crazy. And kind of like what you're saying, Josh, like people just need to mind their own goddamn business. Like you don't know what person's going through. And I feel like if Sean was here doing this live stream today, he'll use the Chadwick Boseman example.
Oh,
like
yeah.
people
That's
were
a
like
great
saying
example,
like we were like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with him? But then like no one knows. Nobody, like, why is he losing so much weight? Like what's wrong?
But then people forget it, and now everyone's commenting on Ariana Grande, and it's just like,
so
did we not learn our lesson?
We don't know what is going on with people. Like if they want to disclose that, fine, sure. But like, let's not judge people for like, weight gain, because everyone's body's different at the end of the day.
100%. So, oh man. All right. Well, now that we are angry, let's move on.
Let's move on
to a r/relationship advice post. I also crossed over to technically not mine area. This was posted by Wild Self 6527, and the title is, "He learned the grass isn't greener. Now what?" So this is
fuck around and he found out.
35 female dating 40 male, by the way, just so that everyone knows the ages. So a few weeks ago, my boyfriend broke up with me out of the blue. It was an I can't do this right now, but it might work in the future reason. And it was a breakup, not a break. We agreed the door wasn't closed, but we agreed the door wasn't closed. So it was a breakup, but they said maybe in the future. 7 days later, I reached out and asked if he wanted to join me at tennis, which he quickly agreed to, even asking me to get drinks after, where he said we should start hanging out again. What changed in 7 days that made you realize that we should hang out again? A few days later, we officially got back together. So we were broken up for a total of 11 days. Since then, I've learned that during those 11 days, he hooked up with his neighbor and even took her on a weekend trip with his family.
What? Within those 11 days?
Within those 11 days, yeah.
Holy.
The worst part is that she and I have a casual relationship. So OP and her have a casual relationship, so I know her. We've all hung out together, and it's a very social neighborhood, so I'm going to see her a lot. He came right back to me and says he's all in on me and us, but while he technically didn't cheat, he had an emotional and physical connection with someone else. I've always been so secure with this relationship, and he's never given me a reason not to trust him, but now I can't trust him when he's home alone since she lives downstairs. I'm so grossed out, and I never want to go to his place again because of it. We're at the point where our marriage was in the near future, so it feels like he had to get something out of his system or see if the grass is greener elsewhere. So I mean, I get it, but I'm really struggling with this. Any advice?
Leave. What the fuck? Y'all talking about marriage? And this fool can freaking, dip his stick like 11 days after?
Yeah.
Bro, like that's premeditated. And the fact is that, you have a close relationship with, the person that he hooked up with. That there was like seeds grow, like he planted some seeds there. And then earlier on, he was probably like wanting her for quite a bit of time. Yeah. And he just looked for an opportunity and took it when he saw it.
Yeah. Like saying he needed to see if the grass is greener. Man's 40. You know what I mean? Like he's had 20 years in the dating life to find out if this is actually the greener grass, and he still wasn't sure. Sorry, dude, you fucked up. That's not okay. It's also like it's one thing if they took a few months off and each like tried dating and stuff like that, but it's been days. It's like a week.
Days. It ain't even 2 weeks, brother.
So it's clear. It's very clear to me that he's just like, oh, I want to hook up with that girl, but I don't want to cheat. So I'm going to try and get the best of both worlds in his eyes and go on a break up and then try and get back together.
Oh, he did that on shit on purpose.
Oh, 100%. So
again, if Sean was here, shut your old ass up.
Yeah. So I think, you should not go through with this relationship. I don't see how you can understand him trying out the grass is greener thing. That's so fucked up.
Damn. Within those 11 days, taking to a family trip already, bro's moving fast.
That's great. What's the family's response to that?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it, but oh, man. All right, John.
How many stories you got left?
Depending on how long your next one is, I can do one more.
This one
probably.
Is kind of pretty short, so okay. I'll go with this one. This one is cross-posted on our subreddit by Impulsive Isis, and this is from r/crushes. Never used that before.
It's gonna be like the title, high school.
maybe. All right, the title is, but they're not in high school anymore. What should I, 26 female, do about my crush, 26 male?
Okay, so not high school. Also, shout out to Laura, sends £5, says love from Belgium. I just want to say I love your podcast, even though I can't be on Patreon. I still listen to every new video. Shout out to you.
Is that pounds or euro? I'm confused.
Euros, sorry. That is euros.
What does the pound sign look like? Anyways, I don't know. All right.
It's the other way, I think.
I had a crush on my ex-high school friend, and I officially met him when my mom and his mom became friends at work. We attended the same school, but only interacted once our moms became friends. We got along, I developed feelings for him, and our friendship continued until senior year. During the Christmas season, my friends encouraged me to message him admitting how I felt. I built the courage to tell him how I felt, and he replied that he could not reciprocate my feelings. The rejection crushed me. The friendship between me and him slowly faded, and we reached graduation and were no longer talking. However, on my 21st birthday, I reached out to him. I asked him how he was, and we caught up. Then, I was encouraged to ask him out. Again, he rejected me. He said he was not interested in pursuing a relationship with me. And at this point, I realized I was after a lost cause. I began seeking other people. I go out with others, but can't build a foundation for a romantic relationship. The cycle continued until this year when I sat down with my friends and explained that I always compare all potential partners to him, seeking someone similar physically or personality-wise. So recently, they encouraged me to seek him out again, this time only by offering him a physical connection. So again, my clown self reaches out to him, and this time I don't beat around the bush. I gather all the courage and ask him if he is interested in a physical interaction. He indulges me for a moment, asking for logistics and clarification. However, suddenly out of left field, he says he can't because he's in a relationship.
Oh,
I know it's just getting pathetic. I know, right?
Whoa.
I know
Why
it's
did you
just
entertain that for so long?
What do you mean by that? Give me some logistics.
What the fuck?
I know it's just getting pathetic at this point, but I am still not over him. What should I do?
You don't have to, like, how old are they again? Sorry, you said they're early 20s, right? Oh, mid-20s. Okay.
Mid-20s.
Still lots of time. Like, I mean, you have your whole life ahead of you to find the right person. This person does not sound like it. Was it your friends that recommended you try a physical relationship?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Move on from your friends too.
Yeah, that's a crazy advice because your friends should be like, no, like, it's fine. Like, you maybe stop dating for a while. Try and find like out more about yourself before you go on more dates. Yeah, I I don't think you should try and find people like him. He sounds like a piece of shit because he entertained the thought of
he entertained it
hooking up with you before saying no. Yeah, crazy. That's my advice. Just try to move on and find someone else. It's not the guy for you, which is okay. There's tons of other people out there in the world.
Yeah, but also OP needs to learn how to take no for an answer as well.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
we say that. I don't like you to say if the roles were reversed, we'll say this guy is a fucking creep for being persistent and annoying about it.
Yes.
So
yes.
she's being annoying about it, bro. He said twice. He said no twice already. The third time was kind of an icky way of saying, "What do you mean by that?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I seriously suggest therapy for this person. It's very unhealthy for you to compare other, potential relationships that you want to establish yourself with. You're comparing it to someone that you never even gotten with. So you never really even know like how they're like as a person or how they would be in a relationship. So comparing them and, trying to see like what your relationship is going to be like with other people when you've never been with this person, I think you need a little bit of help, OP, like to get over this guy. And I don't know why it's difficult to get over him when you never got with him in the first place.
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, you can they were friends, right, for a while, correct?
Yeah.
Friendly, so
yeah, they were friendly like throughout high school.
Yeah. So I mean, you could build relationships that way, obviously. But it sounds like you were the only one who thought could be more than it was. So yeah, now that you mention it, pretty creepy of her to.
Yeah, just done it a bunch of times. I'm like, dude, like they said no like a bunch of like, and it's spread throughout the years too. I'm like, take a fucking hint. They don't want to fuck with you.
It is that classic, rom-com trope where it's like, when does romantic cross into creepy? It's like, depending on the rom-com movie, it's like depending on how hot he is. Basically, that's the.
I mean, you see, that's also like a classic trope for like a lot of like in more like in the boomer generations. I've seen this because when I went to a cruise ship, like they have this game called Love and Marriage where it's like multiple generations of like people married, ones that are like 40 plus years in marriage, some that are like 10 plus years in marriage, some that are brand new newlyweds. A lot of like the older generations like, oh, how did you like end up like courting each other? Like how'd you end up getting together? And a lot of the answers that I've heard was just like, oh, he was very persistent and I kind of just caved in. I'm like, I don't like that.
No, that's like Glenn from Superstore. He's just like, yeah, my father made her go on a date with me or whatever. And then he's like, Glenn, it sounds like you coerced her. Then he calls her later. You don't understand, this relationship's a lie. Oh, fuck. Roadkill, how do I get a membership? You can do that either by going to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network, or you can hit the join button at the bottom of the YouTube video, if that's where you're listening.
Do you need anything?
Are you talking to yourself?
No, Kevin's pawing my foot.
Oh.
You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Okay. Come here. Let me see if I can. Here's Kevin. Okay. You want to say hi? Go sniff the camera. Okay.
Oh, We heard the licking.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out Kevin.
He was pawing my feet for a long time. I'm like,
I was wondering what was going on. Okay. This will be my last story because it is fairly long. There's 3 updates.
All right, let's cap it with that one then.
Sure. We can do that for sure. This one's from Best of Redditor Updates, originally posted February 2023. And the title is My husband accuses me of baby trapping him with a planned baby and loses everything.
Wait, baby trapping with a planned baby?
It's weirdly titled because the original title is not in there. Someone renamed it. My husband, 35 male, thinks I, 32 female, baby trap him despite the baby being planned. Please help.
Okay. I want to hear more.
All right. I also don't know if we've done this one, so let me know. But it was when we were doing these, so it could be possible. Shout out to Tabby for 10 gifted memberships.
Tabby's back.
I think Bell also gifted a membership. So shout out to those two.
Shout out Bell.
And we'll end it on this. So my husband, 35 male, and I, 32 female, have been married for 7 years. He lived next door and we just clicked. It was like a fairy tale. One thing I have always thought made our marriage so strong was our friendship with each other and our trust in one another. Although now my husband seems to think otherwise. Recently, my husband found out that his friend, Jeff, 34 male, has been baby trapped.
My name is Jeff.
Basically, Jeff's wife, 32 female, stopped taking the pill and fell pregnant a few months into their relationship and only came clean after their wedding. Jeff came from a very conservative family, which his wife knew, so he felt obligated to marry her after the pregnancy. Unfortunately, he also now feels obligated to stay, regardless of the clearly messed up dynamic, because he feels that he has made vows and will stick by his wife and child. That's a whole other relationship advice thing, but it sounds like Jeff needs to get out of there as well.
Yep.
My husband, for some reason, has been really rattled by this. I am currently 4 months pregnant with our first, and my husband asked me yesterday if I was trying to baby trap him. I at first laughed because I honestly thought it was a joke. He was dead serious and doubled down, so I told him that we have already been married for 7 years and a baby was not going to trap him any more than he already is. My husband did not like this answer and said that there was no time limit on baby trapping and that my intentions were clearly not pure given how I was acting as if his concerns were a joke. He said he had trusted me in the past, but me laughing in his face gave him no reason to trust me now.
Hold on. Was he doing his part too on fucking making sure that they don't have kids? So why are you just putting that on your wife?
Well, but it also sounds like
he's also
planned.
a dumbass. Yeah, like, do you hear yourself, Mike? Maybe you shouldn't procreate because you're a dumbass, and we don't want no dumbass kids running around from your fucking gene pool.
Exactly. I did really not really know what he wanted or how I was meant to respond, and I said we should talk about this in the morning. Today I woke up and my husband was gone, but I did have a nasty text from his brother, 28 male, saying that I had forced my husband into pregnancy despite it having been a joint decision. My husband is now MIA and not responding to calls or texts, and now I'm wondering, how on earth do I go forward? Any advice is appreciated.
I would leave his ass because he's an idiot. He fucking showed his card saying like, man, I'm kind of a dumbass. It's a planned baby, and you're going to look at your wife and be like, you fucking trapped me, didn't you? You stupid mother. You're dumb as hell. And maybe this is a good idea that this fool showed his fucking true colors with your... He's dumb as fuck. You don't want to procreate with this guy. What an idiot. And if he is... if he's able to like walk away like that, imagine how things are when things get... I'm assuming like, having children is going to be stressful times. This fool can't even handle like a damn normal conversation, and he fucking flips out like that.
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Also, how did he want her to respond to that? Like you're accusing her of like doing one of the worst things imaginable. Is like breaking your complete trust of your relationship. Like how else is she supposed to take that other than a joke, since you've been together for 7 years, and it sounds, or married for 7 years and been together for presumably over a decade. It's absolutely insane to me.
Wow.
Shout out to Molly for gifting 5 Reddit Wiki memberships.
Ooh, shout out Molly.
So like I said, there are updates. 2, in fact.
Let's hear it.
This next one comes the day after. So
I hope she took a morning after to fucking not carry this full spawn.
Way too late for that.
Damn it!
It's 4 months in.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that part.
Oh, shout out to Roadkill for joining the Patreon. Hell yeah!
Hey, Roadkill.
All right, so not sure if I'm allowed to post this on here again, but I wanted to quickly update everyone who was kind enough to give me some advice. I didn't respond to anyone because my post was locked quiet. None of that's important. I realized while I was reading the comments that everyone was right. I wasn't angry enough. My husband had insulted me and our marriage in a very hurtful way, and it just didn't register for a while. I was so confused and upset that it didn't occur to me to be angry, but I think everything just needed to sink in. In the meantime, I called my best friend, 31 female, who has always been such a rock in my life. She came over with some chocolate and was furious when she heard. She called my husband, 34 male, to the house after I'd gotten everything out of my system. Oh, she called her husband, sorry. 34 male. He is a family lawyer, and he said he would happily represent me if I wanted to go through with a divorce. This man is a saint, and I will draw up the papers on Monday. So she took your advice, John.
Let's go.
A year and a half late, but
hey, never late, or what is it? Better late than never.
Better late. Yes, exactly. My mother-in-law's 66 female showed up with my husband in the car not long after my best friend's husband arrived, and she practically dragged him into the door. My mother-in-law said that he had showed up at theirs late last night, saying he was certain that I was using the baby to trap him. Fortunately, my mother-in-law is a smart woman and absolutely tore him a new one before dragging him to the house today to apologize.
Love it. I fucking love it.
My worm of a husband did not look me in the eye the entire time, but said that he was scared about becoming a dad and projected his fears onto me. He said that he wasn't sure if he was ready for that kind of commitment, but he will step up as if he's some kind of hero. Eye roll. 4 months after.
What a
I'm not sure if I want
idiot.
This.
No. I don't want anything to do with your bitch ass.
Holy. I called him a coward and told him that he should stay with his parents until I'm ready to talk to him. I didn't want to say anything about the divorce papers because I didn't know what his reaction would be, but he will definitely find out soon enough. I also showed my mother-in-law the text from my brother-in-law, and her face was like a storm cloud. I don't know what will happen there, but I'm sure it will be bad. For now, I'm exhausted and just want to curl up and cry. My best friend has said she'll spend the night with me and we can watch silly movies. I have also made an appointment with a therapist for next week, but for now, I just need to rest. I'm exhausted and devastated that my marriage has come crumbling down. Sorry for the sad ending, everyone. However, that is not where it ends, but
Okay.
Any thoughts on that, John?
I wouldn't say it's a sad ending. Yes, it's like your relationship's over, but it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Like, not being with a fucking total. You've said it. A lot of people have said it in the comments. This dude's a fucking coward. And why would you want to have a family with someone who doesn't even, one, is stupid as hell. Two, can't even, face, like, doesn't even have the emotional maturity to fucking face like the joint decision y'all made together. And he has the audacity to fucking say, like, you trapped me. What an idiot.
Also, people are asking for my hat to come off. I'll do it at the end of the story.
But you got to do it slowly with some sexy music, Josh.
Okay, I don't know if we have that, but I will try. I have not showered today, so God knows what my hair looks like under here. But I'll do it after this final update, which came, I want to say like 5 or 6 days later.
All right.
Anyway, like a week later, I guess. So thank you to everyone for the messages and kind pieces of advice. I've received so many requests for an update, so I thought I would post quickly and let you all know how I'm doing. Overall, everything has settled in a little bit In good news, I had a scan with my doctor. My mother-in-law attended with me, and the baby is happy and healthy.
Let's go.
Also, shout out to the mother-in-law.
Yeah. Usually we have like horrible mother-in-law like stories, but this one scorched earth in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Baby's healthy, happy, and I finally found out the gender. I'm having a little girl.
Let's go.
I am over the moon. My mother-in-law was a gem and was so touched that I had included her in the scan. She's very excited to be a granny. On that note, my mother-in-law organized a family lunch a couple days after the scan. I was a little reluctant, but I knew that she had good intentions and wouldn't do anything to make things worse. When I arrived, my husband and brother-in-law were there, along with my father-in-law, 70 male, and my mother-in-law. It was quite awkward until my mother-in-law asked if anyone had anything to say. My brother-in-law spoke up first and apologized for his awful text, saying that he was swept up in the moment and wanted to support his brother. I explained how hurtful it had been to receive such a nasty and vindictive message, and that he knew as well as anyone that my husband and I had been trying for almost a year.
That's even more. You fucking idiot, bro. Oh my God. Every single sentence like revealing this person is just a freaking like a stamp of approval that he's a damn idiot.
I know we tried for a year to make a baby, but I think you trapped me.
You trapped me.
That was pretty much he hung his head and mumbled something, and that was pretty much the last I heard out of him for the rest of the afternoon. Next, my mother-in-law looked quite pointedly at my husband, but he actively avoided anyone else's eyes. Eventually, she spoke up and announced that my husband would no longer be welcome to stay in their house. She said that she was ashamed to have her son behave the way he was, and she would prefer to make space for her granddaughter rather than have some lowlife hanging around.
Oh, yeah.
My husband had opened up his mouth to say something earlier, but his eyes lit up when she said granddaughter. My husband had always wanted a girl, and he was suddenly in tears, saying he was so pleased to hear the gender. Jesus Christ. My husband was suddenly wanting to touch my belly and asked if he could come home and paint the nursery. I told him in no uncertain terms that he was not welcome and that he had destroyed any trust I had in him.
You damn right.
I told him that if I took him back, I would be worried that he would disappear at any kind of big news, and that I couldn't have someone by my side who balked at the first chance.
We've said it a bunch of times. He's a coward.
Yep. He asked me if I was telling him it was over, and I point blank told him that I had engaged a lawyer. My husband was kind of frantic, but I felt so calm, like someone had put a blanket over me in the situation. Normally I'm a big crier, but I felt so removed from everything. My husband said that this was not fair. He had shown a little bit of panic, and suddenly I am throwing away our life and denying him of a daughter, which is crazy for him to say.
I have no words for this man. It's pure stupidity.
My father-in-law reminded him that this is the same baby he felt trapped by no more than 2 weeks ago. These parents are great. These are like the few parents we have on this show that are like sane, rational people. My husband said it was a mistake and that he was stressed, but my mother-in-law asked him how he thought I felt. She asked him to imagine being so vulnerable and giving up your body to grow a family, and suddenly the one person you trust is accusing you of terrible things. He said it was a mistake, and he projected his fears onto me. I told my husband that I felt so broken when he left me because I had all these dreams of a beautiful family, which came crashing down in an instant. My husband said he wanted those things with me and he wanted our baby girl, but that he had the panic overwhelm him. Oh, he let the panic overwhelm him. I told him that wasn't a good excuse for what he put me through, and that he certainly didn't seem panicked when his mom had to drag him to the door to apologize. He didn't have much of an answer other than to say he was ready now and wanted our girl. In all this, in all the times he told me he wanted me and our baby, he never once apologized properly. After a very, very long discussion, the lunch wrapped up, and my mother-in-law stood by what she had said about my husband not being welcomed. He asked again if he could come home with me, and I told him that it was my house. I owned the house before we were married, and it was going to be a safe space for me. That is to say, he is not welcome.
Talk your shit, girl.
As far as I know, he's staying in some hotel. Finally, he was served with divorce papers at work on Friday. My bestie's husband drafted them earlier, but I wanted to wait until I had thought it all through. I received a few missed calls and crying voicemails asking if I was really throwing away our family, but I did not respond. He even took a crying selfie sitting in his car.
Baby, come back. Please take me back. I'm an idiot.
Oh, no.
Do you have those videos? Please upload them.
Oh,
I wanna do a reaction video on that motherfucker. I just want to flame him the whole time. Funny. That's what you get, you dumbass bitch. You fucking think you got trapped, you head ass motherfucker.
Holy. Oh, fuck. That was funny.
Oh shit.
Man, I lost where I was, but that was worth it.
We should need to end it on that.
My mother-in-law called me when she heard it and told me that I am making the right decision. She said that she never wanted my marriage to end this way or for her son to be so callous, but she said she is here for me and for my baby and that we will always be family. She even tried to apologize on my husband's behalf, but I told her that it was not necessary. At the end of the day, his actions are his own. My best friend has been around all weekend, and we went baby clothes shopping for a little bit of sunshine in all of this. She has been a rock, and her husband has helped so much with the process. I don't know what will happen next, but I feel so much calmer and like I'm making the right decision. That is the final update.
Hey, big shout out to the mother-in-law and the best friend.
Yes.
And the best friend's husband for drafting up the paperwork. But yeah, this is one of those good stories where, like we said before, we usually hear like the negative aspects of like in-laws, but this is one of the most supportive in-laws that I've ever heard, at least.
Yeah.
And I like the part where they said, like, at the end of the day, it's their son's actions that fucked it over. And it's good that, you know, like OP is self-aware, like, hey, I don't want to be with anybody that's not going to support me. And we were saying it too during the recording, like the one time where things will get stressful, he can walk out easily. And again, that's not a partner that you want to be with, because I completely understand why someone will be scared of like fatherhood, because it is going to be a big drastic change. However, all you did was nut to contribute to that process, and the rest of that is, you know, up to your wife to, like, you know, deliver the kid. They're the ones that are going to go through the 9 months of carrying the baby, you know, the actual birth process, and then the aftermath of that, and all the other hormonal imbalances that she's going to experience afterwards too. So yeah, his main job was to be supportive. His main job is to be her rock during those tough times, and he couldn't even do that. So why should she stick in a relationship where she has no partner? She has no one to lean into when things get rough, which they will, when, you know, during a process. So I'm happy for OP. Yes, it's sad that your relationship ended, but you should be happy that you're free and not with this douchebag of a coward.
100%. Yeah. I mean, there's not much more I want to add to that. Shout out to the parents-in-law. They're going to be great grandparents. Sound like
keep them in your life. It seems like they're very supportive. Yes.
Yes. They sound like they are going to be great. So 100% use them as support. They backed you up all the way and called out their dumbass sons when they needed to be, which is awesome. Love to see that. Shout out your friend and her husband for helping you out during this time. It's great to have connections like that. And yeah, I hope, I mean, it's been 1.5 years or more, almost 2 years by the time this comes out. Yeah, because it was February 2023, so almost 2 years.
Yo, I want to see that video. Please. I fucked up.
I'm so sad.
I love you. Please don't rub me off a daughter. I miss you.
Yeah. And for him to never apologize the whole fucking time. Oh, man. What a piece of shit.
Baby, I love you.
That's too good.
Oh, that's just comedy, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
All right, John. Well, I think that's it.
You gotta do the hair reveal, brother.
Oh, I do have to do you're right. Okay, music. You want to? Well,
someone suggested "Careless Whisper," so I'll sing it to you, buddy.
Oh, I was just gonna play one of these tracks, but sure.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have no rhythm. Ooh. Ooh,
It's a bit
looking
poofy
good,
in the
brother.
back.
Look at that volume, guys. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
That's a day of not showering. So yeah, thank you to everyone who donated gifted memberships. We appreciate you guys. For those who got gifted memberships, feel free to use it. We just posted November's bonus stories, so you can go check those out and listen to almost 2 hours of bonus content. If you just joined us, don't worry. I will be posting this as audio format sometime this afternoon, probably around 5 for anyone who wants to listen. You can do that in a few hours. I will be posting timestamps as well. I know people love the timestamps, but it takes a while to do that.
It takes a while.
So yes, bonus stuff is on Patreon as well, Roadkill. So you can check that out since you just subscribed. It all the same content is there over on Patreon.
Lots of content.
If you're $10, there's even more over on Patreon.
Even more.
Yes. So
we got like 8 minutes to kill. Josh, you want to take some questions before we close it off?
Yeah, we could do that. I was just getting through any of the announcements we have. You can sign up for Patreon, 50% off your 15% off your first month. This month we're doing it like a holiday discount this month, so feel free to sign up.
Sean didn't approve of that, but he voted him out of it.
He doesn't have to know. And Reddit on wikishop.com, you can go check out. You got 2 more days left for the all merch all the time until Sean remembers to turn it off. And then we will have new merch on the store for December, which will be the Ricky merch. You can check that out. I don't think we've announced that on any episodes yet, but it'll be Ricky merch. And then we'll have a bunch of new stuff coming up in the new year. I think the only other thing was we've already announced it, but let's just do it again. The 12 days of mid-score starting December 20th. We're going to be doing a story every day until the end of the year. So you can expect a story, an episode from us every day. They'll be shorter, probably like 10, 15-minute episodes, but that'll be fun to do. So I'm excited for that. And shout out to Midscore for putting that all together.
The GOAT.
Okay, so we did have a couple questions here.
Let's hear them.
Any New Year's resolutions?
Ooh, for me, I don't really set resolutions. I kind of set more like things I want to check off my bucket list. I got like a go signal from my physical therapist, that I'm good to like kind of run again. So I am going to be signing up for a 5K and eventually work my way up to a half.
Awesome. I have a hard time doing resolutions because I find I never accomplish them. So I always try and reevaluate in the year based on where I am and what I'm looking to do. A big goal for us, we do want to build next year.
Big time.
But we have yet to meet with a mortgage person to find out if we can. So that one's up in the air whether that'll actually be a resolution. And I guess I don't know. I always say read more, and I did technically read more this year, so I guess that's a good one. And yeah, I don't really have many other ones. Meet up with you guys more. That'll be a good one.
Housewarming at Josh's.
Sure.
we can record in your basement, buddy.
If we have a basement in that one, but
sleepover with the boys. It's my dream.
That would be sick. Someone asked, I can't find it right now, but someone asked what Juliet's cooking tonight. Oh, Sienna. Sienna asked it.
Oh, that's a great question. That woman is very mysterious. I never know what she's gonna make, but every single time, I guarantee you, it's 10 out of 10, Sienna.
Awesome. If you see any, you can answer too. But what do you have for Christmas dinner? It's very similar to what we have for Thanksgiving. Actually, it's turkey and ham, mashed potatoes, stuff like that. just copy paste.
Chinese food. That's the go-to right there.
That's what we do for New Year's Eve. So very similar.
New Year's Eve as well. That's the go-to.
Roadkill asked, are you guys going to do a collab anytime soon?
I wish. The problem is the difficulty of one, coordinating, and two, people responding to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely down. There's a few people we collabed with this year that I would love to do again. So we'll see. We're always getting suggestions for people. I love the Judges collab we did. I would love to do another one with them. And I'm trying to think who else we had this year. We had Laura. Always love having Laura on. So if we have her on again, be great. Yeah, I'm blanking on everyone else we've had so far. But yeah, I'm definitely open to collabs. Vibes and Delight. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I always say, like, you know, if you have a favorite content creator, let them know that, you know, we're pretty open into collaborating with a bunch of people. So if you let them know that, hey, the boys are interested, that'd be great. And we'll more than happy to shoot them a message.
Dusty Thunder is a big one we would like to do. We have been in contact with him, but just scheduling and stuff hasn't worked out. We should collaborate with our patrons. We have thought about doing a live call-in show, which I will have to figure out how to set up. But
it would probably be easier if we were all in the same room.
Yeah, that 100%. Yes. That would be great. Actually, we maybe next time we get together and do a live show like that, we'll do a call-in one. That'd be great. Rotten Mango collab.
Stephanie Sue, what's up, girl? You're my favorite.
Would you just be starstruck the whole time?
The whole time. I'm just be like, I listen to your show every day. Me and my wife listen to you all the time. You're great.
Hell yeah. Live movie watch party. We have talked about it as well. The issue is how to do it. So we'll have to figure out that. And then we'll do it sometime, I imagine. Did I learn French in school? I did until grade 9, which I imagine is similar to Spanish in America, but I don't know.
Donde es la biblioteca? That's all I remember.
Oh, Sangria with Sienna. I can't promise anything. that will be if she has time and wants to do it, she'll do it. She's always busy, so I don't want to pressure her in anything. D&D campaign. I actually played D&D for the first time in a while this weekend. It was super fun. Would love to do it with the boys. I just don't know.
I've never played, so I'm excited.
Yeah. A lot of people would love it. Yeah, I mean,
I will be unhinged even more.
Oh man, I would love to. I'm just thinking of the editing process that would be. But we'll talk about it. I think that would be once Sean comes on full time, we'd have the time to do that. But anyway, all right, we're gonna close it out there. I think. Once again, if you
want to say hi again, Kevin.
Oh yeah, I'll full screen you while I do the call outs.
Well, don't full screen me yet because you're gonna see my butt.
Yeah, that's what people pay for, John. I don't know what you're talking about. There we go.
You want to close out?
All right. So thank you very much for attending our live stream. I think we're doing one more next week. And then the week after, we're doing a Patreon and YouTube member only live stream. So be sure to subscribe to that if you want to check that out. But yes, we will be back once again next week. Not sure the time yet, but we will let you know. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we will see you tomorrow if you're a patron and Friday if you're not. Bye. Say bye, Kevin.
Sniff it.
Bye.